Okay, and welcome back to the second part of my travel management system object-oriented tutorials. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this logo and place one here as well. Then I'm going to copy some of these and paste them right here. So let's do that now, and then we can start with the coding. Alright, let's copy 1, 2, and 3. Right click, copy, and paste them right in here. So we have this sorted, and I'm going to need another 2, one here. And we can delete this. We only need 2 there, one here and one here. There we go. So that is sorted, but we need to add some content into them. Let's see if we can do that in one go. The text content and it will be 0. Okay, yes, we're able to do that. Let's align it all to the right alignment. That will be horizontal. Let's go for right. There we go. Now the next thing is, let's copy this. Let's copy, right click, copy, and let's paste it in here somewhere. Paste. We're gonna have to move it here. There we go. Yeah, so that's do that. So that's fine. Alright, that's fine. Now the next thing is I'm going to go straight into the exit. Let's see, does the exit have a name? Yes, it does. So right click on the exit, and right here let's select event, action, perform, and right in here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do in here is I'm going to create an object. So let's say the object I intend to create, let me give it a name. I'm going to call it C quit as C exit equals new C quit. So what's going to happen is there's going to be an error, and it will ask me to create, it's going to ask me to create a class. Okay, create class C quit in the package. I want to create it in the package. I'm not going to select this, I'm going to select this. If I show you my program right now, let me come in here and show you the folder. Look at the folder. So that means I will create it in here. Okay, so let's go back in there, select this one there, and there we go, it's created. So if we go inside the folder, that's it right there, it's now created. Okay, and that's it up here as well. So I'll come back into my program here. Well, let's go into the class first. You see, right inside the class I will define as follows. So the first thing is, let me say private JFrame as frame there, and the system will now ask me to import as follows. Let's click on that and import the following. Okay, I'm going to import add import javax swing JFrame. Okay, now press enter. Now in there, let's go for public void, because it's not going to return anything. Let me just call it quit, and open and close a bracket. Now curly braces there, and right down here as a frame equals new JFrame. That's another object I'm creating right inside the class itself, and that object is going to be exit there. Okay, let's use an if statement. If J option plain dot, let's say show, that will be show confirm dialog, this very one. Okay, so and that's my frame. Then in here I'm going to enter confirm if you want to exit. Okay, and out here let's enter a comma, and that will be travel management system. Right, so I'm going to enter another comma here. Let's press enter so that you guys can see what I'm up to. Another comma, then that'll be J option. Let's copy this and just paste it right in here. J option dot yes no option there. Okay, and in here we will say equals J option dot yes no option. Let's enter yes no option there, and let's just enter a curly braces. Then inside this curly braces we then ask the system to exit dot exit, and there we go. Right, that is my class for the exits. Alright, so if I now come inside my program here where I've already created an object, so all I just need to do is call the name of the object and enter dot what is the name of my class, quit, and that's all there is to it. This is actually modularization. It makes it more neater. Okay, so I have the quit somewhere. Alright, that's fine. So if I run the program now, let's come into the project here, right click, and let's run it and see if that button works. Take it up and let's click on exit. There we go, guys. You see that it's working how I want. No and yes, that's fine. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is let me come in here back into my design view. Okay, I will then double click on the total itself. In here, let me create the following. The first one I'll create is going to be known as C flight, and let's just call the object, I'm going to call it travel details new. Let's say equals new C flight. There. So what's going to happen is the error as usual. Click on it and I'm going to select create class flight. Okay, so class flight has been created. So what I'm going to now do is, you see right here, I will declare the following variables, or you can call them fields or data members. So those data members will be, let's say, public. Let's start with Nigeria, or public double Nigeria. Okay, public double Nigeria, and I will then enter, let's say the flights there is about that. Okay, that's my very first one. I'm just going to copy that, add a couple more, just change the names around. Okay, so I'm going to change the names around now. So let's come in here and change that to maybe Canada underscore T. Then we have Canada underscore O as well. Underscore O. Maybe we'll call this USA. And let's come in here, call this Kenya. Maybe we'll go for Norway. And what else do we need to enter? Maybe we'll enter Ghana here. let's go for Africa. I'll call that South Africa. And let's think of some other countries. Hey, let's enter UK. UK here. UK. That would be for London. Then maybe UK again. UK. Let's enter Wales. W for Wales. And here we'll go for France. And maybe Ireland. Okay, those are my variables, and all I just need to do now is to change the cost of flight to each of those countries. Of course, I don't know, I'm just gonna make it up. So you guys can do the same thing, or research the right price. Now let's put a D here. Let that be Dallas Fort Worth. Maybe about 500. I don't know. Kenya, that would be more. Now Ghana, about the same price. I don't know, maybe it's more or less. South Africa, that will definitely be more. Let's say about 9 something. And UK, from wherever you are to UK, let's say it's about, depend on where you are. Just okay, this one will be maybe about 100 plus. And France, Ireland. Okay, those are all my variables in place, or data members. Alright, you can see this very class. If we come in here, that is the class right here. Let's see, is that a class? No, it's not where I want it to be. Okay, yeah, that's it. Alright, let's keep going anyway. Now the next one, let's go back in here. Right, I'm going to create another object again. This very object, let me call that flight. Let's just say tax, or maybe cost tax. Right, cost tax. This is C, cost tax, and that would be I tax. That would be the name, equals new cost tax. There, now we have the same error. So I'm going to have to now create that very class. That's it right here. Double click on it, and we want it in source package. There we go. And right in here, what I'm going to do is enter the following. Let's see. First thing first, I will first of all create my variable there. Let's call that, for the tax, let's call it double MC tax equals 90. No, that'll be 0.90. So that means anything after 90 can be taxed. Alright, then let's add our method here. Public double C find tax, and enter parameter there, double, and that will be C. Let's call it C amount. Close that. Now enter a curly braces there. Okay, in here now, let's say double find tax equals C amount minus C amount multiplied by MC tax. There. Okay, right there. I think we need one more curly bracket there. Nope, I can't do it. No, we actually needed a return. That'll be fine. Tax. Alright, the error is done. Okay, so I now have my class for tax. I have my class for the flight as well. So let's check inside my folder here just to show you guys. There's a tax for flight and the other one. Okay, now let's come straight into the program itself, the design view here. Now, see this very one. When we click on this, whatever we select in there, I want it to display whatever in here. So let's come into the property of this. So I select. Okay, those are the flight details, destination, each destination. Let's say I'm going to Toronto. Copy that and right in here, right click and go to event, action, perform. So right here I will then enter as follows. So using an if statement, if whatever the name is, let me paste this somewhere first so that I don't forget it. Paste that there, copy all of this. Okay, dot equals as follows. So that will be this. Copy that and paste that in here. There. If it's equals to that, enter coil is there. Then we want the price to appear in here. So let's come in here, get the name of that. I'll right click and get the name. Oh, that's supposed to be standard. Okay, let's just enter standard there. Alright. And this should be economy, really. Where is it? Rename this. Right. This is standard, this is economy. And let's check out the name. Okay, the name is fine for that. And this one. Copy. Alright, so in here we want that dot set text. Oh, we can't just set it like that. There will be an error. Okay, to prevent the error that would happen here, I'm going to have to declare a variable there. Let's say string, because this can only accept a string character. This is supposed to be JLabel, I mean. Okay, string, that's a cost equals that, and we need the name of that. That will be C I think it's C flight. C flight dot. Oh, that's incorrect. That's supposed to be. Let's create the object here anyway. The first thing is, okay, let's create an object. I'm going to call that C object C flight. So the name of the object will be cost equals new C flight. There. Now we have our object. So I'm gonna now call cost dot, and I think the destination is Canada, Toronto. So we get Toronto. Close that up right there. Now we now need this cost right in here. Just paste that in here. Right there. Paste. Okay. We have the cost in there. So let's try this out now. So I'm gonna come in here and just right click and run it and see. There we go. If I select Toronto, there we go. That's the price, the cost of flight to Toronto. That's the standard one. That's good. Alright, there's minor errors that we need to take care of though. In the first place, I want this. I want it disabled so that no one will be able to just gain access onto it. So let's see, I think there should be something to disable it here somewhere. Enabled. Okay, let's say should I be disabled? Alright, so it's disabled now. Okay, since this is disabled, I'm gonna now use this to enable it. So anytime I click on this, that should enable it. Let's double click on that and come right in here. Let's go to event, action, perform, and right here let's use an if statement. Let's say if, say JRB standard dot is selected. Okay. If that is equals true, then I want the following. What's the name? I think it's called destination. Destination dot set enabled. Set enable. That will be true. Yeah. Okay, let's run it. There we go. And select that. See that, guys? That actually enables it. That's good. So I'm now going to repeat the same thing for all. But one other thing is I have to make sure that this is selected. So if it's disabled, okay, so I have to make sure that this is selected. If it's disabled, I want this disabled. Okay, now let's come back in here and just say we can just enter else, or we can just copy that and just paste that underneath. If it's false, I want this to become false as well. Okay, and we also want the whatever content we have in there, okay, to be equals. Copy all of that, paste that in there. We want it to be equals none. Alright, let's see. Let's run it. Get rid of this. Yeah. select, and if we uncheck, check, you see that, uncheck, check, select an item, uncheck. Okay, we want, when it's unchecked, we want that back to, and this should be cleared as well. Okay, we need to find a way to get this back to none. So if I click on that and if I uncheck, this should be cleared and this should come back to none. So let's exit, and right in here I'm going to change this one to selected item. Alright, and this one I want it cleared. Let's get the name of this. I'll undo that. The name, copy the name, and come back in here. And we want this cleared. Dot set text. That is none. There. Okay, hopefully that should take care of that. Then we can, once we are able to get one right, we can always just deal with the rest easily. Okay, let's see. There, select and uncheck. That is good. No, this one should default back to 0 really. Okay, that's no big deal. I'm back in here and just default that back to 0. Alright, that is fine. Okay, the other thing is I want the following as well, to make sure they are all off. That's JR, I think it's called, is it economy? Okay, dot set selected equals false. So that is that. I think I will have to repeat the same thing for the first class one as well. So copy that. I'm just going to drop it here. The first class. Right. So that means when I select this, all those ones should be, they should be false. Then what about the text content? JLabel economy dot set text equals, that must be 0. There. Alright, that is spelling. Let's see the name. Should be economy. It was not changed. Okay, let's see this one then. That's LBL. First class. Right. Copy. Let's go back in there and check it. So that's fine. And this one is that in there. Let's copy all of this. Right. Okay, the others include this very one and the other one as well. For single, let's get a single on board too. Okay, so if I run it now, let's see, right click and run. There we go, guys. So even if there's anything here, when I select this, all of this becomes there, still remain at 0 there. But when I check this, if it's single, oh, we expect the price in here to be here as well. Okay, and this should be checked once this is selected. Okay, all right, I understand. So let's take care of that, and we can just, yeah, let's take care of that. Let's come right in here and event, the action here. Let's see, single. I should just copy whatever I have in here. That's the single. Copy. Let's go back in there. And there. And that becomes cost as well. Undo. Copy. And that's cost. Okay. That is fine. So the other thing would be, the other thing is to make sure that this option is the one selected. So let's come in as standard, right? Okay, India is supposed to be selected. No, that's destination. This is the standard. The sets selected equals true. Okay, so right here we're going to enter, and that is JRB, I think it's called standard dot is selected right there. And let's put them all in a bracket, and just put this in a bracket as well. There we go. So the system will actually verify that this is checked as well before all of this information is added. Alright, let's run it then, and we'll take it from there. So we'll make sure we check that and select destination. There we go. You see that, guys? So that is working as I expected, because this is single. Oh, okay, I want this single to be checked as well. So let's go back in there. We need the name of this though. Let's come back in there and grab the name of this and make sure it's selected. Alright, come in here and set that to selected. Or should it be is selected there and there. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah. No, I think before I should run it, this one is wrong. It should be set selected. That would be true. Yeah, that's how it should be. So let's try it again now. So if we enable and select an item, there we go. So single is automatically recognized. That is good. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of the second part of this tutorial, because of the design. It's been long, but we'll soon get there since we've got this right.